Welcome to part 3 of the YouTube version of the Wilma the Magic Cat audio podcast, a fantasy fairy tale short story for children and adults by Paul Michael Mosier, read by the author. As Martha and Nora walked through the arch, Hannah, Anna, and Tanya arrived at the door of the Southern Sorceress. Hannah knocked on the door. It remained closed. "Good," concluded Tanya. "There's no one home." Anna retorted, "Not necessarily. It could be a trap." Hannah, who appeared to be in a trance even before knocking on the door, came out of her stupor and said, "Great care must be taken. I feel that there is no one here, but watch yourselves as we explore Letitia's lair." Hannah concentrated on the door until it creaked slowly open. "Remember," she warned, "caution is the byword." Hannah and her apprentices entered the castle. They had reached the basement when the three sisters caught up with them. "That wasn't very nice," Nora shouted at the three northern women. "Yeah," Martha agreed. "I'm tired from all that walking. If it hadn't been for that arch, we'd still be in the forest." Hannah answered, "I'm truly sorry, but in my anxiety to save my cat, I forgot common manners. Please forgive me." "Hey," Frida interrupted, "look what I found." "What is it?" everyone asked. "A black book," Frida answered. "Where did you find it?" Hannah asked. "In the bookcase." "What type of book is it?" Martha queried. "A spell book," Frida answered. "Well, read it to us," Nora urged. The last entry reads, "Cat requires unknown ingredient to be magical. Have gone to Stone Cottage to learn what it is. Letitia." "What kind of a villain leaves so obvious a clue lying around?" Martha asked. "A clever one," Hannah answered. "Letitia didn't think that anyone would find her spell book when she hid it in plain sight. It's lucky for us that Frida looked at the bookcase. Quickly, everyone, huddle together. We must make our way to the Stone Cottage." A second later, Hannah transported the group to the cottage. Letitia arrived at the cottage a few minutes before the Northern Sorceress and her apprentices started to explore her fortress. "Well, there's only one more room to search," she said. "Which one?" Larrabee asked. "The pantry," Lorenzo answered. "Of course. Quickly now. I have the answer." "What?" Larrabee and Lorenzo asked, dumbfounded. "Find the tea and we control the magic cat." "Gee, you're smart," Lorenzo commented as he went to the tea canister. At that moment, Hannah, Anna, Tanya, and the three sisters appeared. Anna faced Lorenzo and said, "Shrink, Toad." Lorenzo replied with, "Block spell and counter with sneeze spell." "Decongestion spell," was Anna's answer. Larrabee turned to Tanya and searched his brain for an appropriate attack spell. Before he found one, Tanya said, "Forget." Larrabee immediately stopped his search, but the spell made it impossible for Tanya to follow through with another attack. Letitia promptly announced, "This is getting us nowhere," and ran for the cat, who was being cared for by the three sisters. She snatched the cat from them, grabbing her tail. Hannah scrambled for the cat and yanked it by the head. The two sorceresses fought ferociously over the feline. Nora rushed for Wilma by forcing her way between the two battling women. They dropped the cat, and she fell to the ground, landing on her feet. "Give her back to me!" both contestants screamed. "She's mine!" Wilma leapt up and suspended herself in midair. Both Hannah and Letitia were stung. Their jaws dropped and their tongues hung out of their mouths. Wilma first bit into Letitia's tongue and then into Hannah's. She held on to the two sorceresses' tongues and continued to float between them. "Look," Lorenzo said, "the cats got their tongues." Wilma let go of the two tongues, but neither Hannah nor Letitia could speak, as their tongues were swollen and sore from Wilma's teeth marks. Finally, Letitia tried talking. "Heel tongue," she said. Almost simultaneously, Hannah repeated the command. Tanya remembered the most important thing there is to know about healing spells. "Boy, you two are silly. You should both know that a healing spell can never be used on yourself." "That's right," Anna agreed. "Oh, all right," Letitia said. "Heal Hannah's tongue." "Heal Letitia's tongue," invoked Hannah. When their tongues were cured, the two opponents began bickering again. "My healing spell worked quicker than your healing spell," Letitia argued. "Did not," Hannah retorted. "Did too," Letitia screamed. Frida shouted as loud as she could. "Stop it! Why do you two always have to fight?" "Because Hannah has never invited us for tea," Letitia answered. "You've never asked to be invited." "I shouldn't have to." Frida announced, "Well, there's a simple solution to this. Why don't we all have tea here?" "What a splendid idea," they all agreed. Soon everyone had a cup of tea, and Wilma was on the rug by the fire purring. Now, it is a well-known fact that a good cup of tea can resolve almost any difficulty. This was certainly the case when Letitia and Hannah separated from the group and started to swap spells. Then they entered a hushed discussion. Frida was going around with the teapot, giving everyone a second cup when Hannah announced, "Quiet, everyone. Letitia and I have been conferring, and we have decided that Wilma cannot belong to either of us after the abominable way we have treated her. Therefore, we are going to leave her in the care of the three sisters, Nora, Martha, and Frida." The henchmen and the apprentices responded to the proclamation with, "Gee, you two are smart." Thank you for listening to the Wilma the Magic Cat audio podcast. Wilma the Magic Cat by Paul Michael Mosier is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 4.0 International License. All non-textual materials used to make this podcast, such as cover art, music, and sound effects, are in the public domain. The theme music is from an unaccredited VBR.M3U file of Greensleeves by Mozart, found on the Internet Archive at archive.org in the Community Audio section. The cover art is compiled by myself using The Mill Wheel at Salt Creek by Bobby Jones Jones, available at allfreedownload.com, and Persian Cat found at wattcat.com. The sound effects used in this podcast are from soundj.com, YouTube, and soundbible.com. For more information, you can contact me through my Wilma the Magic Cat Facebook page or on Twitter through Wilma the Magic Cat at Wilma Magic. You can also contact me through email at wilmathemagiccat@gmail.com. All links are provided in my show notes at wilmathemagiccat@wilmathemagiccat.blogspot.com. Again, thank you for listening.